GSP, or the EU's Generalized Scheme of Preferences, allows developing country exporters to pay less or no duties on their exports to the EU. This gives them vital access to EU markets and contributes to their economic growth. The GSP Plus enhanced preferences means full removal of tariffs on essentially the same product categories as those covered by the general arrangement. These concessions are granted to countries which ratify and implement international conventions relating to human and labor rights, environment and good governance. The GSP Plus trade concessions for Sri Lanka, primarily centered around apparel exports, was first granted in 2005 and enabled Sri Lanka to compete with other exporters whose production costs were lower. However, in February 2010, after the then government rejected the imposition of conditions by the EU in terms of human rights and constitutional reform among others, the EU withheld the trade concession to Sri Lanka. Nevertheless, considering the fact that according to official government data, revenue from apparel exports have increased over the last 5 years, notwithstanding the absence of GSP Plus, what effect will the resumption of the concession have on the apparel sector?
The GSP Plus concession being offered by the EU Commission is meant for the development of the developing economies. This is very important to the textile and apparel industry in Sri Lanka because right now, for total exports to the entire world, 46% is represented in the EU market. During the GSP Plus period, where we were enjoying that preferential treatment, we in fact had recorded a growth of about 12% per annum. Actually, we went from $1 billion to 1.7 billion in that market during that period. Though thereafter we managed to sustain our growth at a lower level, we continued to cooperate in the EU market. Our growth rate was brought down to 7%. In other words, had the GSP Plus been there, we would have in fact recorded an additional $500 to $600 million annually in that market, recording about 12% growth. So this government, the present government, has declared that they will be taking all possible action to apply for the GSP Plus restoration, and we believe that will be a boosting effort to the textile and apparel industry in Sri Lanka, and we welcome that proposal.